While most other car manufacturers are trying to build the equivalent of skinny jeans, Citroën has focused on making a decent pair of yoga pants. Let us explain. You see, so many modern SUVs try to be stylish and sporty, usually resulting in large wheels and an uncomfortable time. Not the Citroën C5 AIRCROSS. Oh, it's got plenty of style, but has put comfort first, which is exactly how it should be with an SUV. Not only that, but thanks to some neat design features, such as the intricate 3D brake lights and contrasting color accents dotted around the body, the Citroën C5 AIRCROSS looks considerably more interesting than its main alternatives, the Hyundai Tucson, Nissan Qashqai and VW Tiguan. Citroën has taken longer than most of its European rivals, but it has finally got what you might loosely call a range of family-friendly proprietary SUVs into showrooms on this continent. Having launched its AIRCROSS SUV sub-brand with the Mitsubishi-based C4 AIRCROSS in 2011, a car that never made it to the UK market, and then developed it with the pillarless, coach-doored AIRCROSS concept car of 2015. Citroën followed up with the smaller C3 AIRCROSS in 2017. And it has just partnered that super-mini-sized crossover with this week's test subject. And so, having been in production in China for more than a year now, the new C5 AIRCROSS, a 4.5 meters long 5-seat SUV rival to the Volkswagen Tiguan and Mazda CX-5, finally arrives in Citroën's all-important home market, and in ours. The days of SUV experimentation, then, of spinning double chevron-badged derivatives off borrowed Mitsubishi platforms, are clearly over for Citroën. Now's the time to find out what a fully formed, family-sized Citroën SUV, designed from a clean sheet and based on the firm's own platform architecture, can do differently from the class norm. Different is, after all, what we've been led to expect from the Citroën brand by its various debutantes of the past few years. And while this car is a sibling to the Peugeot 3008, that doesn't mean it can't be different. with both comfort and practicality hailed to be at the core of its strengths. The C5 AIRCROSS innovates from its seat design to its suspension specification. And, with a boot that's almost 600 liters at its smallest and fully removable individual back seats, it should certainly be practical, too. With 3 and 4-cylinder petrol engines and a pair of 4-cylinder diesels on offer for now, and a plug-in hybrid derivative set to join the range in 2020, we have elected to test a range-topping Blue HDI 180 Flare Plus diesel. Inside, based on looks alone, the C5 AIRCROSS also trumps those cars. You get a neat, minimalist layout that you can personalize by choosing from a range of design and color schemes for the interior. No matter what color you pick, all models get excellent seats that are super comfy. The comfort theme continues in the rear as well. There you'll find 3 individual seats, something most similarly priced alternatives don't have. This lets you move the seats forwards or backwards or recline them independently. However, even with the seats rammed right back, rear space is tight for adults. The trade-off is that you have more boot space than in a Hyundai Tucson or Kia Sportage. Move the rear seats all the way to the front and the resulting capacity rivals that of the larger Skoda Kodiaq. The CITROEN C5 AIRCROSS is a very practical SUV. Start poking around the C5 AIRCROSS interior and you'll soon find a lot more scratchy plastics and loose fittings that you wouldn't find in a VW Tiguan, for example. What's more, the standard 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system has some rather gloomy menus, and some of the features, such as searching for a radio station, aren't as intuitive as in alternative systems. Overall, the system in a Skoda Kodiaq is easier to use. It's easy to forget some of the interior drawbacks thanks to just how relaxing the CITROEN C5 AIRCROSS is to drive. A lot of alternatives rely on selective driving modes to give the illusion you're driving a sports car, but the C5 AIRCROSS does away with that and instead is one of the most comfortable family SUVs on sale. While the C5 AIRCROSS is comfortable on the motorway, it does a pretty good job maneuvering around town, too. Thanks to an optional 360-degree camera, you can park with confidence. Plus the steering in the C5 AIRCROSS is nice and light, making maneuvers very easy.